to, I know it's called a World Cup Roundup, but one match is still in play at the moment. And what I am going to do is, while this match is still playing, I'll have a bit of a watch along with it as well. So, guys, before I go into a watch along on this, sorry, excuse me. So, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. It really does help the channel up the search settings and makes it found more easily as well. Also, if you're new at the channel, please hit the subscribe. It's free to do so, helps the channel grow, and also hitting the bell notification lets you know when I put a pre-record on or I've got a live show coming up as well, so put you up to date. Yeah, so guys, please don't forget to hit the likes and the subscribes. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, so Argentina versus the Netherlands. Well, Holland versus Argentina. It's currently 2-2. And we've got 10 minutes, well, coming up to 9 minutes left of extra time, plus any added on time that will be in this game. Argentina making a substitution. Off goes Lisandro Martinez. He's just gone off the field to be replaced by Angel Di Maria. So either that's an attacking option or it's a one to take it to the penalty shootout as well. Oh, Netherlands has gone down. And they've got a free kick as well. And it's a yellow card for Paredes. Sorry, it's not Paredes. It's Pezzella who's been yellow carded. Pezzella. It's the foul on Cody Gakpo. So the Netherlands have a free kick in a dangerous position. So we shall see how this free kick turns out as well. And let's have a look. So we just await this free kick. And it's now going in the box. Ow, and it was nearly in, but it's a free kick to Argentina for a foul in the box. Nicely floated free kick in. Didn't think there was much in that for a free kick, to be honest, to Argentina. It's just players battling for the ball. I didn't think he'd done anything wrong there, Luuk de Jong. And Cody Gakpo is going off after that challenge now. And he's been replaced by Lang. So it looks like an injury to Gakpo that's took him off. How will this game go? Well, let's see how this game will go. Still locked at 2-2 at the moment, and Argentina have got... Oh, no, we're back on the attack with the Netherlands now. And Argentina have won it back in defence there. So we got Argentina's on the ball. It's been quite a bad-tempered game, especially that second half where them substitutes all ran on the pitch as well. But absolutely had to, didn't it? It's just... So Argentina's on the attack now. Martinez has got it, but it's been back the Dutch defenders. The Dutch have defended that well. Di Maria's on it now. Oh, nearly a goal, and it was a brilliant save by the Netherlands goalkeeper. A fantastic save. In fact, it wasn't. It was defended by Virgil van Dijk. It actually come off his chest, so great defending. Di Maria now with a corner for Argentina. They're complaining for a handball, but I don't think it was a handball. It clearly looked like it come off his chest. So I think they're just living in hope that they can get into that penalty. Di Maria's ball in. That's a good ball, and Van Dijk knocks it out of the penalty area. Back towards the Argentina half. Argentina pick up possession in their own half again, and they're driving forward. And it's another corner to Argentina. So this game is really livening up in this second half now. Messi now. Oh, just over the bar from Argentina on a deflected shot as well. Wow, that was close. That just went over, literally. So that is yet another corner for Argentina. They really are turning up the heat now on Holland now. Um, Holland are now probably hoping to hold on till the penalty shootout and take this game to penalties. But let's see what this corner brings. And it's headed out by the Dutch defence again. But it's picked up by Argentina pretty quickly. Di Maria's put it back in the box, but it's back out for another corner again. So relentless pressure here from Argentina in this game. And we are now into another corner from Di Maria. Let's see what he conjures up this time. And it's headed over the bar. And that was never troubling the goalkeeper either. But yeah, well over the bar. So it's still locked. Netherlands 2, Argentina 2. And we have played just over 26 minutes. And if they hold on the Dutch, this will go to penalties. And as we've seen in the last game, penalty shootouts can get the better of you. So let's see what happens now. Excuse me. Argentina pick up possession of the ball in their half again. Forced back by the Netherlands. That's sort of taking that time to pass the ball around. And that was never a foul. And it's Holland again. Now they're attacking the Argentinian goal. And Martinez just got that. Or else that was nearly a third goal for Netherlands. Martinez sort of fumbled with it, but he was lucky. So we now have nearly 27 and a half minutes, so 2.5 minutes left of extra time. Depends what stoppages the referee adds on at the end of the game as well. So let's see what the referee adds. But it's Argentina on the attack again. So I'm just seeing who's on the ball now. Argentina are still attacking. They're knocking the ball around the outside of the box, but they're not getting very far with it. They're not getting any further forward. And Holland's blocked him out again. Van Dijk comes away with the ball. And now we're already at the Argentina half now. So Holland are attacking. And what a great ball that is. Oh, and straight into Martinez's hands. Done the hard work getting past the defender, but the ball just didn't reach the striker. Wout Weghorst came off the bench and scored 2 goals for Holland, which has kept them in this game. And a save by the Dutch keeper there. And it was a great save from the Holland keeper, by the way. So we're up to we're coming on to the 29th minute now, so come to the last minute of extra time now. And Argentina are really pushing now to try and get this third goal, because they obviously don't want this going to penalties. They're obviously panicking for the penalty shootout, so let's see what happens. When the penalty shootout's on, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the other game briefly before the penalties get taken. If it goes to penalties, by the way, so we don't know yet. Messi, and it's past the post. And it was a deflection on that as well, so it's a corner to Argentina. So Argentina really, really pushing it on here, putting the pressure on. So let's see what happens with this now. And the goalkeeper had to make a save because that was one heck of a swinging corner coming in. That nearly crept under the crossbar. So just as well he got his hands to it. Argentina again attacking now. Shot from outside the box. Oh, it's hit the post. Wow, from Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, right off the tip of the post. Wow. What a hit. That would have been a crusher for Netherlands after them getting back into this game. We're now into added on time in extra time. We've not seen how much he's put up yet. There is an additional time of 1 minute added on time. So we've got about 10 seconds left. Unless anything dramatic here happens from Holland, it's going to be a penalty shootout in this game. And that's it. The whistle has been blown. 120 minutes can't separate them. So now it's got to be the separation of a penalty shootout. So who's going to win this shootout? Well, this is going to be the interesting thing. The two goalkeepers are going to have to play well. But who's got the nerve and who's going to win it? Personally, I think Holland will do it. I think, but like I say, We'll do this penalty shootout watch along as well. And if you've just joined me, guys, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. It really does help the channel grow, and you can find it easily. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, then please hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so, and also helps the channel grow. And also, if you hit the bell notification, that tells you when I'm live, or have any upcoming shows on, or I put a pre-recorded video on as well. So, guys, so the first game, Croatia versus Brazil. Obviously, I didn't see the game until I got home, basically, but yeah, I didn't see most of the game. Definitely not the full 90 minutes, that's for sure. But you know, it was ended at half time. It was 0-0. Full time, it was 0-0. Then it went extra time. I literally just missed some Neymar scoring, so Neymar scored and put Brazil ahead, and you thought, right, okay, at that point, Brazil were probably just going to go on and edge that game. But what a goal in the last few minutes of that extra time for Croatia to grab that goal. And then the guy took his shirt off. He knew he was going to get booked off Michael Oliver, but he didn't care. Because why would you care when you've got your team you've got your team an equaliser against the Brazilian side? That's been quite good. And then it went to the penalty shootout. Croatia stepped up, scored their penalty. Brazil went up, missed. And then all of a sudden, Croatia just put all their penalties away. They were then 4-2 up. Marquinhos went up, took his spot kick, and hit the post with it. And sent Brazilians out and Croatia through. Now, what I do want to say about Brazil is, so I'm just joined by a guest. Yes, I'll bring him in. And here's John. Hi, John. You all right, mate?
Yes, how are you doing? Yeah,
Yeah, not bad. So, what I do want to say about Brazil is, in some ways, I'm glad they've gone out because I think the way Brazil have been, they could have, Bruno never really got a lot of game time for Brazil, if I'm honest. And I felt he could have been a difference maybe for them today as well on that pitch. I mean, John, overall in the competition, I know he hasn't gotten a lot of minutes, Bruno. I mean, he hasn't played a lot of games for them. Personally, in some ways, being as a Newcastle fan, I know I'm probably being selfish, but I'm so pleased they're out because it means Bruno's not going to risk getting an injury. But I mean, what's your thoughts on the game time that Bruno hasn't really getting for the for the Brazilian side? And I'm just before I go on, John, I think the Netherlands, Argentina
Van
won the
Dijk.
toss, and it's Van Dijk to go up first for the penalties. So I'll come back to you in a minute, John. We'll just watch these penalties and see who.
Yeah, sure.
I'm back in the Netherlands for this one on penalties, by the way. I bet they wish they had Tim Krul goal, though.
Yeah, Reece. I mean, this keeper's a good keeper, by the way. I mean, he's a good keeper. And I'm 6'8" of him. He's agile. I know chance of Messi's penalty, by the way. Good even, by the way, turning even people. But look, I mean, Virgil's going to take the first.
Yeah.
Faces Martinez. Steps up. Saves!
Whoa, good save by Martinez.
And I tell you what, Martinez is happy. He's very, very happy. Now, another thing is, I do not want to see your best taker take one last. I want to see him take it first. That's a cracking save, man. You've got to take the first one. It seems to me that the great guy is coming to take the first one.
Messi.
Yeah, he has to. They've got some good penalty takers, by the way, for Argentina. Him, Martinez, the penalty taker for Inter Milan. And you also got Alex Acosta could take a penalty as well, with his left foot as well, by the way. And Paredes as well. He's not a cracking season of Juve. Messi's going to take it, steps up.
Scores.
And it says keep on the wrong way this time.
Holland's now got to come back and score, John.
They have to. Yeah, you're right about Bruno. He should have got more games over Brazil, man. He should have got more games.
Yeah.
And
he should have, John.
It's just arrogance of Tite. And unfortunately, as much as I like him, I mean, they could have done with him today, because I think Brazil wasn't that great today until Neymar produced a bit of more of some magic. He's done that. But the goal conceded when he equalised for Petrovic, he was unlucky. Anyway, Holland's going to take one. Saved again! And he's loving it.
Martinez having a great game for the penalties, isn't he?
He is. He had no chance. I'll tell you what, I get Lautaro Martinez next. And if I was Emmy, don't get excited yet, mate. You ain't done that yet. Yes, made 2 saves, but if Argentina puts this one away, and I'm going to be honest with you, I thought Argentina were a better team than he. Like, they were attacking and they were giving it a go. That's a great save by the Villa keeper.
I mean, without Weghorst too, everybody slated because he didn't do much at Burnley, but he come up, scored 2 goals tonight. And that free kick, John, was very clever for the equaliser.
It was, when it came up trumps, didn't he? I mean, look, they needed someone up there, a big guy up front. And anyway, here comes a penalty. Yep. Steps up.
Yes, it's in the corner.
Penalty. That's how you take a penalty. Paredes. Now, if Holland don't score this, you got to get Lautaro Martinez on there, or Alexis McAllister. One of the two. That is some penalty. That's how you take a pen. Again, they haven't done that yet. That's a great penalty there by the Juve, on loan Juve player from PSG. Next one is going to be Frenkie. I believe is it Frenkie de Jong's going to take the next one, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, son, he needs to put this one away. No, it's not Frenkie de Jong. Cashley,
that's a
great penalty.
What a cracking penalty.
That's a beautiful penalty.
Martinez had no chance.
He didn't. He went the right way. He just didn't make an attempt, did he? Now, Argentina needs to score this one, because they miss this one. Get us back to square one. Is it Lautaro? Not yet.
No. It's number 4, John.
Oh. Is it Alexis?
No, he's number 20. Alexis is.
20. This one has to go in. Perfect pen at the minute. That's a lovely penalty.
Sends the keeper the wrong way.
Molina, he scored an early goal. Now, Holland have to score this one. If they don't score this one, Then
they're out.
Argentina are through. And to be fair, I thought the better team than like that's a lovely penalty, by the way. Then you can forget about scoring the 2 up, by the way. You can forget about that. Scaloni, the coach, is not celebrating. He's not going to do it yet. I think Lautaro's going to take the next one as well. He's unlucky, by the way, that shot.
This
one has to go in. And I fully expect to go in.
Yeah, he's had a good game tonight, Weghorst.
He did.
Yes, he scored. He sent Martinez the wrong way. I think Gakpo would have took a penalty, but I think he got injured in that tackle.
He did. And the referee, I'll tell you what, that's the penalty. Is that Di Maria? Is Di Maria going to take one? Could it be Di Maria or could it be Lautaro? No, it's neither. So whoever takes this one now
has got to score. Well, don't have to score. They could.
They don't have to score. But if Holland misses, yeah, actually they need to score really.
Yeah.
They need to score really because they're back to square one, will it? So if this goes in,
it's number 24.
Casual penalties. Casual.
He's missed.
He missed it.
He dragged it wide.
Enzo Fernandez missed it.
Well, lifeline for Holland now.
The thing is,
yeah,
what was the score? They scored 2. Argentina scored the perfect 4. I think it's back to square one. They missed 1. Holland's missed 2.
Yeah. So Holland's got to win this, score this penalty, and then hope Argentina miss their last one.
Yeah.
And then it goes sudden death. It's amazing what pressure
I expect this one to go in. Luke de Jong.
Yeah.
He's a good penalty taker as well.
Player.
Takes it.
Yes,
and he
it's
sends
in.
it a long
3-3.
way, and he's back in the game. Now, it's got to be Lautaro time or Di Maria. It's got to be one of the two. You can't bottle it.
Good penalty.
Great penalty. It's going to be Lautaro. He's a penalty taker for Inter Milan, by the way.
Oh, there's a yellow card.
It's been a yellow card as well. Don't know what's that for.
This referee's been very poor. He won't be refereeing again now in this tournament.
Definitely not. He lost the plot. He lost the plot, hasn't he?
He's a terrible ref, John. Absolutely awful.
Isn't he?
I think Michael Oliver will be refereeing the semi-final.
I think he will, you know. He's our best referee in the Premier League.
And he's a Geordie.
I know Andy Taylor is as well. He ain't that bad a referee. He's pretty fair. The rest of them just get in the bin.
Yeah, we go.
Darwin Martinez steps up.
He scored, that's it.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. He's a penalty king for Inter Milan. He's a penalty king for Argentina. So Argentina
4-3.
Semi-finals, and rightly so.
And they face Croatia, who won't be easy, John.
It won't. It will not be easy, man. Won't be easy at all. I think Messi will do it. I think Messi wants this competition. He wants to win the thing.
Yeah.
He wants to win the thing.
Well. Yeah, I think so too, John.
He wants to win the thing.
Yeah. He does, doesn't he? I mean, going on to Bruno, it's good that Bruno's fine. I wonder if he'll nip to Saudi now and join up with the guys tomorrow. Maybe Eddie might say to him, come over. Or he might want to say, go back home with your family and have a couple of days, you know. But, I suppose he could go over it with his family and go and see these billboards that's got up with his picture on. But Brazil got what they deserved, John. They thought at 1-0 they were winning that game. And it wasn't to be. They're out the World Cup. As are Holland as well. That's going to be a semi-final and a half, Croatia and Argentina.
Totally. I'm looking forward to that game. Both different side. Argentina attacking team, Croatia attacking team as well, But when Croatia do play, they played fantastic. But, you know, they like to sit back. We know that. They like to sit deep and let the opponents have a go. I think Argentina have more of the ball in that game. But I'm sure they got special plans for Messi. That's a cracking penalty by Lautaro.
Yeah, it
even
is.
Even the keeper went the right way. I'm sure that he would have got beat anyway. But let's be real. I think Argentina, they lost the first game, didn't they? They were under pressure against Mexico in the second game. They had to win that game, and they did. And there you go. They're in the semi-finals, yeah? And I think Lionel Scaloni has done a wonderful job with his national team. He really has, you know. If anyone don't know about this guy, he used to be at Lazio for 4 or 5 seasons, Serie A right back. And he used to play for West Ham, hardly played. And he's a tough right back in his time. But at the end of the day, I mean, whoever faces Argentina is going for a tough game. And I'm going to be honest with you, Tony, I do fancy Argentina to go to the final, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just go to some comments first, and then I'll come back to England and that. Sefton says, just got home in time for pens and Brazil out. Yeah, Sefton, absolutely. Brazil are out. Paul says, hi, Tony and John. Hi, Paul. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for the shout out again on Twitter, mate. And then Paul saying hi to Sefton, and he's saying it's very cold. Yes, it is very cold. Sefton says, evening, Tony and John. Evening, Sefton. Hope you're well, mate. He says, I'm now off for a week. Well done, mate. Well done. First beer. Enjoy it, mate. Make it last. Paul says, snow next week. Be careful. Yeah, well, where I am, there's forecast snow from Sunday as a weather warning. But when I got to work this morning, it started snowing this morning. So I had a bit of snowfall this morning. Nothing major. That was just light snow and just a little covering. But other than that, it's all disappeared. It's more icy out there now. So, yeah, be careful, people, if you're out driving or whatever. Sefton says, Netherlands out now. Yeah, absolutely. Paul says, 3 glasses of wine. Hope you enjoy it, mate. I'm not really a wine drinker. Sefton says, thanks, Paul. Paul says, honest, it's going to snow somewhere. Not sure yet. Yeah, I think the whole country's going to get covered in it. I think because it's coming down, isn't it? So let's see what happens with that. Sefton says, I hope it's not Merseyside. Yeah, it's going to be 6 foot of snow there, Sefton. Don't you worry, mate. Go on, England, says Sefton Mag. Yeah, we're going to touch on that in a moment, me and John. Paul says, coming from 2 directions, north, south, and west to east and cold air. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? I remember them days, Paul on Tyneside. Wow, shootout now. Yeah. He says, I'd rather have Argentina in the final anyway. Payback. Yes, absolutely. Why not? Rowley. Service the Netherlands right. Serves the Netherlands right for not taking Botman to the World Cup. Is right, Rowley? Yeah, absolutely. I think Botman not going, maybe they made a mistake. But you know what? I don't care because he's fit. But I don't know if he would have gone anyway because it was an injury doubt, wasn't it, when he come off against Chelsea. So it might have been one of them contentious decisions whether he went or not. But to be fair, Argentina will find it tough against Croatia, you know, and let's not kid ourselves on that one. They will find that very, very tough. So it's not it's not cut and dry yet for them. So yeah, I mean, we shall see. But I mean, we'll move on to the England game tomorrow, John. And I mean, I'm sick of hearing people saying, "Oh, France this, France that, France this, France that," and I'm like, "Well, hang on a minute. England are playing, and they're all waxing lyrical over Kylian Mbappe. Yes, he's having a great World Cup. Yes, he is a good player. But the thing is, what gets me, John, is right. I mean, where's the credit for England? I mean, they were waxing lyrical over Brazil the other day when they beat South Korea 4-1. Now, England beat a Senegal side that were that played a very pressing game and had their chances against us, and we beat them 3-0. But nobody raved about that.
No.
You know, if the shoe was on your left foot, John, and Brazil had done that and won 3-0 against Senegal, again, the media would have been waxing lyrical over Brazil, saying, oh, look at that fantastic win. Look, Brazil are back. But nothing for England. No, like, oh, brilliant win, excellent win, anything like that. It was just like, that's it. England have won. They're in the quarterfinals. And, I mean, are we actually getting the credit we deserve, John?
Before going to that question, Tony, the referee's given out 14 yellow cards to Andes. 14.
Oh, my God.
14 yellow cards to Andes. So, back on to England. You're right. You're absolutely right. Because you're playing well. And we're not getting no credit whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the lax you just mentioned there, you're talking about Mbappe getting all the plaudits, right? They're going on as is England against Mbappe. It's England against France, by the way, right? Let's be real. But you're right. I mean, they didn't give us much hope, really, England, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? The World Cup, yeah? You just said there, we beat Senegal 3-0. We played fantastic football, by the way, yeah? We didn't get the credit that we deserve at all whatsoever. Brazil, I'll be honest with you, I thought Brazil were good against South Korea, but they went over the top. The commentary went over the top. Let's be real, right? And now, if we beat France tomorrow, right, and I think we probably will do, because we've got as good a chance as everyone else. I think, are they going to relax forward? So are they going to big us up? Are the people over there going to big England up? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. But one thing I say, I'm an England fan. You're an England fan. We want England to win. Of course we want England to win, yeah? But people need to be positive, right? We know France are a fantastic side. I mean, yeah, they're missing Benzema, yeah? But you have to understand that Mbappe is all about Mbappe. Giroud's been fantastic, yeah? Griezmann's been fantastic. I can't lie. But we can beat France. So we can beat France. Theo Hernandez is a cracking defender. He's a cracking player going forward. But defensively, right, he's not the best. But going forward and taking shots, he is fantastic for Milan, right? The Kunis, right, plays Sevilla, but moved to Barcelona. He's a centre half by trade. He's playing it right back. He could be got at as well, right? But if we are going to win, we have to play 4-3-3 because our midfield three have done okay. Yeah, Jude Bellingham, right? Everyone's raving about this kid. Yeah, he has been absolutely outstanding. Yeah, I think for me, alongside Mbappe, the best player of the tournament. Yeah, and Guardiola, the Croatia defender as well. I'll put him on that list as well. But Tony, right? All we got to do tomorrow, right? Play our game. Just don't worry about the opposition. Play our game, right? Don't worry about what France are going to do. Let's worry what we got to do tomorrow and just stick to the game plan. Stick to the game plan, we'll win the game. If we play into France's hands, we'll get beat. But for me, I think it's going to be a good night tomorrow, mate. I'm feeling positive for you, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gareth Southgate said, we will have to be at our very best in order to beat France. He says France are a fantastic team and we're well aware of their attacking players, but we know we've got to be at our very best. And he says on Mbappe, he says Kyle Walker will be taking the striker on tomorrow because he's going to keep Walker in apparently because of Walker's pace. So. And Harry Kane has added that Mbappe is one of the players that can cause a threat, but France have a great team. And he says, if we lose tomorrow, we'll be disappointed as anyone, but we have a real belief and determination to win, says Harry Kane. Tomorrow isn't the World Cup final, it's another step to try and win the World Cup, so we have to be fully focused on that, says Harry Kane. I mean, and also Southgate's gone on to say he's very saddened by the news that a migrant worker lost his life as well in Qatar. And Hugo Lloris, the French captain, he says he has a great relationship with Harry Kane. And Harry Kane said, I know Hugo for a long time. I can't speak highly enough of him. He says he's a fantastic leader. He says, but hopefully I'll be able to have some chances and I can put them past him tomorrow. I mean, the death of a migrant worker was shrugged off by the Qatar authorities, and it was absolutely disgusting that it was, but it's just, I mean, it's sad to see John apparently slipped off a forklift. I mean, there's no proper equipment there. Is there proper safety equipment?
Not at all. Not at all. And you know what it is, right? It seems to me they're just chucking the workers at the deep end with absolutely no safety at all whatsoever. Do you know? And I think it's absolutely wrong. I mean, how can you work in those conditions, man? You just cannot. And by the way, my heart goes out to his family, by the way, and his loved ones as well. It's so sad. But you work in Qatar for pennies. Do you know what I mean? They don't care. But it's so sad and safe. And there's got to be an investigation on that one, Tony, and quick.
Yeah, absolutely. There's got to be, yeah. I mean, just seeing some training pictures from England, it was great to see Callum Wilson's in training. So obviously, whatever minor injury he had, he's shook it off now. So he's fit to take his place on the bench tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, Didier Deschamps is worried about us as well because he said, he says Jude Bellingham's a fantastic talent and player. And also the France defender, Upamecano, has also said but he doesn't think Jude Bellingham poses a significant threat to them tomorrow. He says, I wouldn't say Bellingham's a real threat, but they have a strong team. But he says, I know Bellingham because I play for Bayern Munich. It's versus Dortmund war. So he says he has got a talent and he will get experience, but he's not the great player that everybody's raving on about at the moment. And that's coming from a French guy. So I thought, well, that's a bit bad because your manager's already said they're looking at Bellingham and thinking, wow, what a player he is, and he's going to be a threat.
Well, I think European nations and that sort of always does that kind of thing. It's normal, playing down is playing down, that sort of thing. Yeah, they always do that, saying that you ain't that great, until you get it run down your throats. Yeah, I hope Jude Bellingham be man of the match for us tomorrow, because this guy is absolutely fantastic and he's come a heck of a long way. The kid's 19, yeah, and he's just better and better and better. He'll play in 4 World Cups, by the way, right? And but look at the French midfield, right? Pound for pound, I think they haven't got a bad midfield. Adrien Rabiot's been linked to Newcastle. You got Tchouaméni, he plays for Real Madrid, and you got Griezmann players in the midfield as well now, but he's still a quality player. If you're going to write out Griezmann, do so at your peril, because this guy has still got it. Yeah, okay, he's not had the greatest time in Barcelona, but going to Atletico Madrid, that'll be the same. But playing for the French national team, this guy is absolutely brilliant. He really, really is. And then you got to look at the front three. Dembele, right, doesn't seem to get injured nowadays. Why is that? He's been playing well. Then again, Mbappe, the main man. And people are saying that Giroud has passed it. Can't just be clear, Tony, on Giroud. No, he ain't passed it. This guy is absolutely brilliant. He's so underrated, right? And he'd do a brilliant job. He'll play for another 3 or 4 more years. This guy is 35. And he's the focal point. He is their focal point up front, yeah? If he gets good service, he'll score goals, yeah? And he's still a finisher, and he's still got it, yeah? Chelsea's made a mistake. If Chelsea had Olivier Giroud now, right, I'll tell you now, they win a title. They would definitely win a title with Giroud up front, yeah? But it's their loss in Milan's game. But our midfield, I mean, Rabiot would be competitive as well. 110%, yeah? Because we've been linked to him, by the way, Tony, right? In January, right? Maybe it's in the summer, we can go on a free. But according to reports in Italy, that we're the only ones to make a concrete bid. And he wants to come to the Premier League. So it'd be very interesting. But, like I said, we just see what happens tomorrow in the midfield. That's where it's going to be one of loss in the midfield. And our midfield three's not done a bad job. But what I like to see, Tony, I like to see Calvin Phillips in. But he did top out though, because I love Colin Phillips. That guy, he is our best defensive midfielder for England for me. If I'm honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see Calvin Phillips in, but do you drop Henderson? No, that's the thing. After his game the other day when he scored against Senegal, and maybe he's helping Bellingham with being the older head as well in the team. So do you drop him for to put Phillips in there? I'm not so sure. I'll go through some comments first, and I like coffee. Hi, Tony, John, and all. Hi, coffee. All right, mate. And he also says, "What a biased referee for Argentina! A disgrace." Yeah, not a great referee. I don't think he'll be back again, and I think it's be his last game in the World Cup. LA Coffee, Spanish referee for La Liga, must be a Messi or Barca fan.
Yeah.
Rolly, who are France going to try and stop? We've scored 12 goals and have 9 goal scorers. We've got goals all over the park. Absolutely, Rolly. And I'm going to come to some stats in a minute, actually, after I read these comments. LA Coffee, the referee for Portugal game, is Argentinian. Wow. Sefton says, did anyone watch the Brazil game? Did they to go out? The arrogance of them on the run-up to today's game. It was an evenly matched game, to be fair, wasn't it? But I think Brazil probably just thought, we'll win it because we're 1-0 up, through Neymar. But you're never safe at 1-0. Not even a 2-0, you're safe. When he takes a second to score, Ali Coffee says Brazil were cocky in the first half, but Croatia goalkeeper was immense. Yeah, he was. Neymar's goal was awesome. Sefton Mag agreeing. He says, not watched any highlights. Evening all. Going back to start.
Hi, Leslie.
Thanks, Leslie. Ali Coffee. Imagine Messi playing for a Qatar-owned club, winning the World Cup in Qatar and probably win the Golden Boot and Ballon d'Or. Yeah, probably, yeah. Don't count your chickens because they've got to play Croatia yet, and that ain't going to be an easy game. I like coffee. England can beat Argentina. Argentina didn't look that great and were undone by 2 goals from Wout Weghorst. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Tony and John. So happy. Argentina are through to the semis. Come on, Messi. Hi, Aaron. Hope you're well, mate.
We got out of it. Big Man City.
They're talking to each other. Seeing the second. Oh, good. Leslie's there. I think this is Messi, says Paul. Yeah, maybe so. And Aaron says, I hope so. He deserves it. I mean, yeah, guys. Before I go on to me stats, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. It really does help the channel up the search settings and makes it more visible. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so, and it helps the channel grow. And also by hitting the bell notification, that tells you when I'm live or have a pre-recorded on or any upcoming shows. I'm at 159 subscribers at the moment. If I can get to 200 by Christmas, that would be a fantastic effort in 2 months that I've been going with this channel. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe, please. Absolutely thank you very much for everybody so far who's hit that subscribe button. Coffee says, is John in Italy? Not yet, next week.
Sunday.
Yeah, I'd love to see him win it. Plus, there's fans have been great. Any dates yet for Junior Turner, Tony? There may be one penciled in. I'm just waiting for him to get back and just confirm it. But as soon as I know, I will put it out there and let everybody know. And so hopefully he'll confirm very soon with me, and then I can definitely say, yes, that's the date he's going to be on. But he is definitely interested in coming on, that's for sure. So look forward to seeing him. And Paul, because he's an absolutely fantastic singer as well, talented guy. Paul Stones, off topic, do you think that trophy yesterday was a bit over the top? Well, it's probably a statement trophy, wasn't it? But you know what? It looked a bit like the World Cup in a way, didn't it? But and Murphy loved holding it up, didn't he? So, but yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know. But at least it was a better trophy than what Man United won, that's for sure. So that one they won looked like it was made by papier-mâché. But yeah, They look like made by school children. But yeah, so I've got some stats going into this game tomorrow, John. And there's no reason why we should be fearing the French, John, because our record against France is absolutely pretty good, John, right?
Yeah.
So in the games we've played France, we've won 17, drew 5 and only lost 9. Right? That's in all competitions, that's friendlies and everything, right, John? So the last game we did play against France was 5 years ago on the 13th of June 2017, and we lost 3-2 in an international friendly to France. But 2 years before that, we beat them in a friendly, and we won 2-0 against France. We did have 3 losses in a row with France: 2004, 2008, and 2010, all by the odd goal. One was in the 2004 Euros. We lost 2-1 to France. Then we lost 1-0 in the friendly and 2-1 in the friendly. The last time, like I say, the last time we beat France was 2015. So, you know, there's room for optimism there. We can do it, you know. We can beat France. I mean, in the World Cup in '66, we beat them 2-0. In Le Tournoi, we won that and we beat them 1-0 in France, if you remember when we won Le Tournoi, which was a competition in the run-up to the World Cup, which was held in France. But yeah, I mean, the stats are good, John. We've not got a bad record against France. And at the end of the day, it's 11v11 on that pitch tomorrow. And it's just how we turn up. If we turn up, God, John, I mean, can you imagine if we race into a 2-goal lead within the first 20 minutes of that game? How are France going to cope with that? How are France going to cope? Could they buckle under pressure after that? Because their defence, let's not make no bones, their defence ain't that great, John. I mean, Poland were putting balls in that defence last Sunday, and their defence looked shaky as hell. Even Lloris did. And we know Lloris can be shaky. The only problem is Poland gave them too much room to play. That's the problem. But remember, France haven't really played anybody either. They beat an Australian team, which, 4-1. But, you know, they beat Australia 4-1. Then they beat a Denmark side, scraped that 2-1. Then they got beat off Tunisia because they made 9 changes. And then when they brought the big guns on, they couldn't do anything, the likes of Mbappe. So if Tunisia can keep Mbappe out, we can. And then they beat Poland 3-1 in the second round. But to be fair, Poland haven't been a great team in this tournament. They only got through on virtue of yellow cards. They were lucky to get through the second round. I thought they were poor against France, and but France are coming up to against a team which is going to be a lot tougher than what Poland are, and we are not to be taken lightly, John. And I've got the feeling, and I don't know about you, do you think the same thing? Do you think if we got to the final of the World Cup, John, and we won it, do you think Southgate would turn around and say to the fans, you all wanted me out, now I've delivered the World Cup, now you can go and find a new manager who can try and take you on to further trophies because I'm gone now? Because I wouldn't be surprised if you'd done that.
Look, I'm not as big as fan, I'm not going to lie. But at times I just think his tactics is baffling sometimes, I'm not going to lie. But impossible for me, I think he's done a really good job. I mean, in parts sort of thing, you know, that's going to be a shot, you know, but he knows who to play. But at the end of the day, he's got to stick to a system, find a system, stick to it. That is the thing. But if he wins the World Cup, then, you know, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Then people's going to think he's the greatest manager of all time. But at the end of the day, right, he's got to stick to the system. Don't change the system. 4-3-3 works perfect. Don't play theatre back tomorrow. Whatever you do, please don't. You've got the system going. Keep at it. But will he walk away from England if he wins the World Cup? I don't think he will. I really don't think he will, Tony, because he wants to try and go for the Euros as well. Have a go at that. Or I think they probably give him a new contract, which you're not surprised at all whatsoever. But I think the players now are believing in him, right? Because we're scoring lots of scores, yeah? he scored what? Is it 12 goals he scored? Am I right? 12 goals in the tournament?
Yeah.
6, 3 and a 3. And I think for me personally, would I keep him? Probably not. However, right, if he wins the World Cup, I can't see him resigning, but I think he should. He should walk off away with his head held high for what he's done. Hopefully, get someone else in. But as long as they don't get Eddie Howling as manager, but he's out there to take his place. That is the thing. And I think he would stay personally. He'll probably stay. But if he wins the World Cup, I think he should go and just walk away.
I mean, to be fair, Gareth Southgate in tournaments, and I said this the other day as well.
Yeah.
What you got to look at is, I know how much people don't like his tactics and things like that, but his tournament record's been the best of an England manager for a long, long time. Got to the semi-finals of the last World Cup. Okay, maybe we should have got the final, but who knows? But we got to the semi-finals. Then we got to the final of the Euros, lost that on penalties, which we all know penalties is a lottery.
Yeah.
Maybe if we'd attacked Italy more, we could have probably won that game, if I'm honest, John. So we didn't win that, and now at the World Cup, we're in the quarterfinal again. We haven't gone out the group stage. We haven't gone out the second round. We've got to the quarterfinals. So his tournament record is not bad. And if he gets us to another semi-final, that's a second successive semi-final, well, his third successive semi-final in three tournaments. And that's an achievement and a half. But I think you've got to if you look at the comparisons, if you look at the parallels, like France in Euro 2016, they lost the final. Then they went on and won the World Cup in 2018. 2020 Euro final, we lost that. What say we don't go on, win the World Cup and follow that tradition on what France did? You look at all these superstitious things, but it could happen. If it did happen, happy days if we beat France tomorrow. I hope we do beat France. I'm still backing 2-1 for us to beat France tomorrow, by the way. It'll be a tough game, John. Make no bones about it. It's going to be the toughest test for both teams, not just for us, for France as well.
Yeah.
And if we keep Mbappe quiet and don't give the space that Poland gave him the freedom at Qatar last week for that second goal, for France's second goal. He had plenty of time to aim and where to put his shot, and so we're not going to give him that space, John. That's the thing. He's not going to get that space.
Definitely not, because I think our defence are doing a little bit better as well. I think Kyle Walker will probably have a job on marking Mbappe as well, Tony, because pace for pace, because they're going to use him first pace and track where it goes, right? But we're not going to make it easier. We are going to play a pressing game. We'll try to play a pressing game, right? We do that, like I said, play our own game, then we could shock France as well, man. But the one thing I'm going to say is, right, we're not going to make it easy for them. We're here to win the game, not here to jolly up. We're here to win the game. And I'm sure Gareth Southgate will tell the players exactly what to do. Go out there, play your own game, and just don't give them any space. Don't allow them to play, because the three up front, they've got a lethal. Them Belly on the right, and Mbappe on the left, and Giroud on up top. Yeah, it's gonna be so interesting, man. Do you know what I mean? If we can, you said, if you close Mbappe down, they've got to close down Dembele. They've got to start Griezmann doing playing, creating stuff, and then we've got to stop the cross coming in for Giroud. Put it together, we stop all those, and we score at the other end. We win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can see we're winning the game. But what I don't want to see is 2 or 3 England players being drawn to close Mbappe down, because then you leave the rest of the France side open to come at you. So you can't just say, oh, well, Mbappe is the only threat. He's not the one team player. Yes, he's a threat. but he can be stopped. He can be stopped. You just
Absolutely.
don't give him the space, but do it cleverly. And hopefully Southgate's done his homework on this and they've looked at everything and studied Mbappe. Now, there is a report going around why Ben White went home, and I don't know if you've seen this, John, but there's been a leak that Ben White went home because he had a row with Steve Holland, the assistant manager of England, and he had to go home. So the FA said it was for personal reasons.
Yeah.
If it is that, then it's bad if he's had an argument with the assistant manager. They're saying they think it's over the fact he wasn't getting any game time or something. I'm not sure, but if that's what's happened, then if that's the way he is, then it's probably best that he did go back home, because when you're playing a World Cup, you want everybody together. You don't want people being against one another. And if he's got that attitude, then I think maybe him going home's probably helped him a lot. I don't know what you think. It's only what they're saying as reports, whether it's true or not. It's in the Daily Star, John, so take it as much as gospel as you want out of that paper, because that's probably another comic along with the sun in the mirror.
Yeah. The thing is, right, let's be real, I'm not going to lie, but they say it's personal reasons, and then it's for someone else. I just wish that people just tell the truth, speak the truth. But at the end of the day, I don't know the ins and outs or whatever happened, but if that is true, arguing with the assistant manager, then you do not want to play like that in your camp. You just don't. Not really got an important competition about, yeah? But if he did that, then I think Ben's career is finished as England, as long as Southgate is still there. And let's be real, I think Ben Wright's done all right this season. Last season, he was poor, but this season, playing a right back, he's did look okay. But, like you said, none of us don't know the ins and outs sort of thing, like, you know. But the best channel to check out for that, he's an Arsenal fan called Lee Gunner. So he must have had a few juicy words to say about this guy. You haven't checked out his channel, right? Do check it out. He says it from the heart and says how it is. I mean, him against Paul, right, will be one battle royal. And I just kind of pick a win out of those two. But listen, at the end of the day, right, it doesn't look good for Ben White's England's future prospects, mate, if it's true. But I need to find out more about that. And then I may have a say on it tomorrow with Macy as well, because I'm doing a watch along tomorrow with us. So if you not do anything tomorrow, I need to please check on my watch along, and Macy will be joining us.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, John, I mean, the mate, once the World Cup's over with, we'll find out tomorrow what England's future is, whether they stay in Qatar or they fly home the day after. Hopefully, we're staying in Qatar, and it's France flying home the next day back to Paris. But
yeah,
maybe once the tournament's finished for England, maybe they might tell us what's happened with the Ben White situation. It may come to light then. Maybe they've said, let's just keep it at personal reasons while the tournament's on, because they don't want to distract from what's going on the pitch, and which is fair enough, I suppose.
Yeah, fair enough.
I Like Coffee says, I felt that trophy was a bit over the top since the players didn't even celebrate the goals they scored. Yeah, well, it was just a friendly after all.
The only trophy I want to see, Tony, is the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and the Premier League title.
Yeah.
And Community Shield, let's be real. I mean, I know people is going to probably have a go at us, but the Community Shield, it's like a pre-season friendly for me sort of thing, you know what I mean? I want to see big trophies. I want to see major honours.
Yeah. But it was good practice for both teams, so I Like Coffee.
Yeah.
Sefton says it was made a solid goal, the Intertoto Cup, which we won more stainless steel. Yeah, it was like a little plaque thing, wasn't it? Paul says, yeah, I think we can win the League Cup. Well, I did see on John's channel, before the season started, I said Carabao Cup winners.
Doable.
Aaron says, are we off, lads? Just popped in to say, take care. Come on, England, we can do it tomorrow. Absolutely, Aaron. See you later, mate. Take care. Solid goal, says I Like Coffee. Sefton says, in the money now, man. Yeah. Gunnar Raven. Hi, Andy. Hope you're well, mate. We will win this World Cup, boys. I hate Argentina. Sorry. Yeah, so do I. I can't stand Argentina, and I hope we get them in the final and get them for payback for Maradona.
Yeah, definitely.
Paul says, "Nah, I think if he won the World Cup, I think he will think to himself the Euros could be a double also. Yeah, maybe like Spain did. I like Coffee. After seeing all the teams in the World Cup play, I can see Newcastle United beating everyone and winning the World Cup. Yeah,
Could well be. Could do.
wouldn't surprise me."
Yeah.
Sefton says, I said we would win the World Cup, beating Argentina in the final. Wouldn't that be magic? Yeah. I like Coffee. I realised the French manager as a World Cup winner too. Yeah, Didier Deschamps won it in 1998 when he was captain of France.
Yeah.
Paul says that Acuna from Argentina looks great.
He's 31 years old, but I think he's a decent left back. He just gets up and down the pitch. And talking of left backs, we do need a left back. We definitely need to buy a left back. Because if Matt Targett ain't going to get much game time and Eddie wants to get rid, it's like, well, we need a left back.
Yeah, I totally agree, John. We definitely do need a left back. Still haunts me that hand of God man, says Sefton. Yeah, it does. Paul also said he was not fitting in with other players, even though there's a few Arsenal players there. Yeah, it's a strange one, but I'm sure we'll find out more after the World Cup. Paul says it's coming home. Let's hope so, Paul. And hopefully Paul says Sefton Mag. I mean, Jill Scott's flying out to Qatar to go and watch the England team. And as far as I know, Tyson Fury's going out to watch them as well at Qatar. Do you know what? What would be absolutely brilliant is if they let him go in the dressing room, do the team talk for England before they play France. Can you imagine a Tyson Fury team talk? That would be absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
I know Robbie Williams done a concert with the England team as well at the hotel, and they had a private gig with Robbie Williams, which absolutely fantastic for them. And he's been a bit criticised for going over there and doing a concert at a golf club as well in Qatar, but this was already pre-arranged. And I mean, why give the guy stick? He's just gone over there. He's just, how many other people have gone over there and done stuff and they don't get the stick? So I find it a bit unfair, but let the guy have his, let the guy go over and do his bit. I mean,
okay,
he's entertaining people. That's what it's all about, entertaining people. And everybody's got to make a living at the end of the day.
That's very, very true. Let him do what he wants this time. It's not all about football fans. They can come if they want and just do it. If Tyson Fury and Robbie Williams was to come to the match, big up to them. Do you know what I mean? Big up to them.
Yeah. Paul says, do you think that Acuna looks a bit like Tevez, lol? Carlos Tevez. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? And Paul says, if we play like we mean, we bring it home, never a better chance. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Agree.
Like Coffee, Tyson Fury played his coming home in his ring walk last boxing match. Yes, he did. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Because what he said was, last week he said, I'll knock out Chisora and then England will knock out Senegal. And he was right. And he says, and then I'll be over for the France game in Qatar. Paul says, no one believed Newcastle would be third, lol. No. I mean, if somebody asked me at the beginning of the season where we would be around the World Cup break, I would have said between 7th and 10th, I would have been happy with that then. But third was beyond the wildest dreams. I mean, John, I'm going to touch on, before I touch on yesterday's match, by the way, the other day when we done our Dynamic Duo show, and I was mentioning sponsors, by the way, and an eagle-eyed viewer reminded me that I'd actually missed one out. So the apologies for missing this one out, and I didn't mean to miss them out on purpose, but this was the sponsor, STC. That's the tour digital partner of Newcastle United. So yes, that was the other sponsor. So we have 4 sponsors now at the club. So yes, I did apologise about that one. Sorry guys if I forgot to add that one on, but that's the other sponsor we've got as well. So just thought I'd share that. I mean, John, yesterday's game, we played Al Hilal, who had N'Gala in that team, who played for Man United and Watford. I mean, yes, it was 5-0. I mean, the goals were very good, the way they were taken. I didn't see Joe Linton's two, I missed them, but I saw the rest of them in the second half. I saw Miggy's double and I saw Dylan Stevenson, which, to be fair, Dylan Stevenson from that cross from Fraser had a lot to do to get that in the back of the net. So I thought, very good. I mean, overall, John, I mean, yes, it's 5-0, and people can say, oh, yeah, we just rolled them over easily. But considering we haven't played football for a little bit, I thought we looked very, very sharp yesterday, even though we've got a few players away on the World Cup duty. But we looked very sharp. And it looks like since that Chelsea game, you'd think we'd just been playing every week. And I think by the time we go to play Bournemouth in about 12 days' time, when we play Bournemouth in 12 days' time, I can see us hitting that ground running, John. I mean, what was your thoughts? I mean, the fitness-wise, I thought they were absolutely terrific yesterday. I mean, and obviously Loris Karius had a great game and goal in the first half, pulled off a couple of hellish saves apparently, and is going to be rewarded with a contract now till the end of the season. So take it away, John. What did you read yesterday? Did you watch it first of all?
Right, I heard of it. I didn't watch the game because I got back late and I'm working also the gym as well, and I got back late. But I heard we played really, really well. I heard that Karius, did I put his name right? Karius?
Karius,
that's the one. Karius. I thought he had an excellent first half, or by all accounts, some great saves. And Joe Linton's been scoring again. And one of the goals was a breakaway goal from their corner, and they broke away from that to finish off from Midi Almiron as well. But you're right, they look fit. They just carried the left off. It seems to me that they didn't look sluggish. I thought they did really well. And, and you said it there as well. Going into the Bournemouth game, we've got Vallecano first, by the way, which is a week Saturday. And if we do well against them, and then we've got Bournemouth win those games, then going to the Leicester game full of confidence. But it's good to see Dylan Stevenson come on the pitch as well, score a goal. So big up to Dylan, by the way. I thought he had a good game since he's come on. Needs a bit of a chance. Joe White, I don't know a lot about this guy. Maybe people watch the reserves. Just check him out as well. And look, it's just a good exercise, It's good to go out to Saudi. I wish I was there myself, but I didn't know the dates as well. I left it too late. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, right, it's good to see two teams played against them and both getting game time. Happy days. And yes, and Karius could be getting a new deal until the end of the season. So big up to him, by the way. And yeah, almost a lot was Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're saying that Eddie Howe's preferring Karius as his backup keeper to Pope over Darlow. So, I mean, that says something. Mark Gillespie came on and played the second half. He made a one save, which was a bit fortunate, really. But other than that, I mean, we played really well, John. We controlled the game. We just didn't look like we'd been away. It had been a break. You'd think we'd been playing week in, week out. And once we've got our players back, then I think we can go on and push on in the Premier League. And then come January, I mean, Jamie Rubin has said it's going to be difficult, saying that we're not going to go and spend massive money in January. But he says if the right player that's there comes along and we can get them at that price, then we will be in for them, definitely. So, because we know January can be a difficult window because sometimes with players as well in January, it's hard to get them in because clubs want big fees in January because they know that that with these players they're going to move on and do well for another club, for a rival. So technically, we need to be smart in January, and I think we will be as the club. And if we can't get the players in January, we'll just wait till the summer and get them, and just hope that what we've got now will carry us through the rest of the season. But I think we'll get them in January, that's for sure. Just got off camera a moment. So let's see some comments here.
What's going on? I'm promising the camera, Tony. There I am.
Sefton says, question for John. Okay. Why do people keep winding you up about being a Man United fan? I have always wanted to ask. So Sefton says, why do people keep winding you up about being a Red?
Well, it's because I did a show with Macy, right? And I guess on a Tuesday, and she still does, by the way. And, because we have like the John Macy show, and I'll talk about Newcastle. She talks about United, I'll be sure. And as well, sort of thing, like, you look at it, right? I mean, look, I look at some top channels like League Gunner, the Football Terrorists, right? And they get fans from different fans, not just their fans, and they just get different fans on there. So I thought a break for Newcastle for once a week and just get Macy on because she wanted to come on my channel. So look, at the end of the day, and also I do like a Follow Friday. The people are known for years, and the Man U ladies as well, and they look after us as well, by the way, and they think I'm brilliant, so they think I'm a gent. And I know one guy today, so we do the whole old ladies today, and basically one or two lasses told him to get off their timeline. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Foxy says, mixed feelings. Yeah. Would have been one hell of a semi-final, Brazil-Argentina, but in terms of England, you would prefer to play Argentina or Croatia in the final over Brazil every day. Yeah, totally agree. Foxy says, obviously it will be difficult for us to even make the final, but not impossible, no. Because if we France, we could get Morocco or Portugal, and if we get Portugal, let's get one over Ronaldo after what he done in 2006, the winker, when he got Rooney sent off. Let's make a wink towards Ronaldo when we knock Portugal out of the World Cup. Paul says Brazil are overrated always and get beat by decent European teams. Yeah, last World Cup, Brazil went out the quarterfinals to Belgium, 2-0. Archer's in the house. He says, oi, oi, lads, get yourselves pumped up. John, ready for the England game tomorrow night. It's 3 Sinclairs on the shirt. Once England scores, Sinclair will be shouting at the TV, hello, Dames, bosh, bosh. You know Archer.
Great guy he is.
He is, Archer is. So he says, will you be shouting at the TV, John?
Well, if Macy calms us down a bit, then that'd be amazing. Yeah. We'll see.
Ali Coffee says, Newcastle sponsor. I thought Tony had STC as his channel sponsor. No, that's wishful thinking, isn't it? Jesus, yeah.
I need to get a sponsor soon, I'm sure. I've been here long enough. I need to get a sponsor. So if someone can help us or knows anyone who can sponsor me channel, cool. And Tony's as well, of course.
Yeah. I mean, Paul says, hi, Sefton, through Macy's show, I believe, but many twisted it because she is an ace lass. Yes, she is. Yes, well said, Paul. Miggy's first goal was good, says Paul. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Paul Gallant also says, I met John and videoed him outside St. James's Park. He has met you, hasn't he, John?
Yeah, he has. He has.
Sefton says, never watched it, Paul, but couldn't understand why people kept mentioning it. Well, there you go. I like coffee. I didn't know N'Golo played in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, he plays for Al Hilal. He played against us yesterday, and he had a couple of chances. I think 3 in, says Paul. And
be nice.
I like coffee says, I think the Man United fan connection goes back to the Horseman days.
Yeah, it did.
Nails in the house, he says, big ups, lads. Thought the Spanish ref tonight wasn't great. He was favouring Argentina. He was a terrible referee, wasn't he?
14 cookies.
Foxy said Igalo moved to Saudi Arabia after his loan move to Man United after the Chinese league pretty much collapsed with Shanghai. They are playing empty stadiums right now due to COVID problems again. Yeah. And Niall says, Michael Oliver was okay earlier. He let the play flow. Yeah, I think he'll be refereeing the next game, the semi-final. I think, obviously, if we get through, it won't be us, but it'll be probably the semi-final, Argentina, Croatia. So it wouldn't surprise me if Michael Oliver's in the semi-final. And they may be even looking at Michael Oliver for the final. Who knows? I mean, he is one of the best young referees in the world, and he's a Geordie as well.
He is. He is.
But yeah, I mean, just pop this on, guys. If you like what you see, then please hit the like button, as it makes the channel more visible in the search. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, as it helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Finally, hit the bell button. That will notify you when I'm live or put a pre-recorded video on and any upcoming shows. Thank you very much. Yeah, so guys, if you like what you see, please hit the like. It really does help the channel grow. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. That really does help me as well, grow as a channel. I'm currently at 158 subscribers, so I'm 42 away from 200. So massive achievement if I get to 200 by Christmas. But guys, yeah, thank you to everyone who's subscribed so far. Paul says, the Four Horsemen was good, but John knows 10 show.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, like I say, it's great that we had that run out. I mean, I think we should beat Rio Vallecano at St James's Park. Are you going to that game, John? Or?
I'm not, no, because I'm just not, mate, and because I'm up to Newcastle live on Sunday on Monday, sort of thing. So if we get to the final, I'll come up on Sunday, and if we don't get to the final, I'll come up on Monday. So I'm not going to go to the match, unfortunately. Bournemouth I am, but
yeah. I mean, that's on the 17th, isn't it? The Rio Vallecano match, and
yeah, it is.
That's the day before the World Cup final.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there is a report going around that Marcus Thuram is leaning towards a move to Newcastle. Only if Bayern Munich fail to reprise their interest in him. If Bayern Munich are not showing an interest, then he's more than happy to come to Newcastle.
He's basically saying that he wants to put a second choice. Well, if that's the case, then I'll just say go to Bayern Munich, Marcus, because we want players who really want to come to Newcastle.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if he does come, then he's going to have to play. He's going to be the lead. He's going to have to be the focal point up front. Whereas at least Callum Wilson, Isak can play wide.
Yeah. Paul says 177 may say, Tony, well done, Paul. He's got 177 subscribers.
Big up.
Yeah, I'm currently at 158 at the moment. LA Coffee says Bruno will be back for the cup game, I think, and we'll get a rest. Yeah, I'm sure he will. And Foxy says, I'm sure it's a Brazil ref for the England-France. Don't be surprised to see a lot of cards. Yeah, I mean, we did have a Brazilian ref in that first game against Iran who was supposed to be very right. He was set with cards and he didn't seem too bad, to be fair. So, yeah, let's hope. When we kick off again at Newcastle United. Yeah, I mean, we're all as channels at the moment, we're all suffering a bit because it's all a World Cup at the minute and there's not really a great deal to talk about club football wise, Premier League or, I mean, yeah, we had that friendly, so we were able to talk about that. But other than that, once we get back to proper football again, as I call it, league football and cup football, then things will start flowing again and we'll have plenty to talk about, that's for sure. I mean, before we wrap up, John, I mean, what's your prediction for tomorrow?
It's going to go to extra time for me, and I think England will nick it 2-1.
Right, I'm going to say in the 90 minutes, John, and I'm still going 2-1 England as well. Yeah. And I'm going to say scorers will be Kane and Saka.
For me, for 2-1, I'm going to say Bellingham. And I'm going to go with, I don't think Kane will score. I think he can set the one up. And I'll go with Saka as well. Bellingham, Saka.
Yeah. I mean, Saka will be a threat against the French as well, won't he, with his pace?
Absolutely. Him against Fernandes would be exciting. That'd be brilliant. That'd be fantastic. And, the key men's going to be Saka, definitely Bellingham, and hopefully not Trippier, Walker.
Yeah. Paul says, did anyone think ESM had a bit of a belly on him yesterday? To be fair, I didn't really take much notice, but I thought he played well, and I liked what he had to say as well about the club. He says it's like when you buy a house and you know that house is great and you feel settled there, and he says, and it's the same in Newcastle. He feels very settled here. You can see where the club's going because he's a lot happier now because he knows we're not fighting to finish 17th place every season. He knows we're fighting to finish the top end of the table. So that's why he's a lot happier now. And yeah, absolutely brilliant what he said. Paul said, Premier League, Tony, yeah, absolutely, mate. Can't wait for it to come back. I like Coffee January transfer window will be busy for Newcastle on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be all busy on there. Yeah, definitely. LA Coffee 2-1 goals by Forden and Maguire. Yeah.
Good shout. Good shout.
Sefton says 3-0 England. I like your optimism, Sefton. LA Coffee. That's a cat that looks like Forden. Foxy says, I bet all 4 quarter-final games go to extra time. £5 to win £900. Wow, Foxy. So, hey, if they all went extra time, you're quids in, mate, I tell you.
Exactly.
Archer says, I think England will beat France tomorrow. Yes, it will be tough, but it's got to be Pickford, Trippier, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Rice, Jude, Henderson, Foden, Kane, and Saka. How are we England? So he says drop Walker and play Trippier instead.
Don't think he will. I think Walker will play.
I think he will.
Walker
Paul says 3-2 England. Sefton says, Reet lads, I'm off for me tea, starving, Chinese ribs and a hot spicy soup. Lovely, enjoy, mate. Hope you enjoy that. John and Tony, what would your starting 11 be tomorrow night? Well, Archer, I don't think Trippier will get in the team tomorrow night. I think he'll start with Walker, if I'm honest. So I'm going to go with the same 11 that played against Senegal. And then I think in the second half, the substitutions will come on. But is that the same for you, John? The same team against Senegal?
Yeah, I'll go along with that. Same team. But please don't play a back three. Keep it as the same.
Yeah.
Don't break a winning formation or team.
I like Coffee says the Foden cat image going viral on the internet. I've not seen that, but I'm going to have a look for that. Sefton says, talk tomorrow, how we England? Absolutely. Andrew Archer says, I'm going for a 3-1 England win. I got to go, says I like Coffee by Ton Johnny and all. See you later. And Foxy says, Portugal 0, Morocco 0, goes to pens. England 2-1 in extra time. Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, before we go, John, just want to let people know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, and thank you very much indeed for that, on Tony.
Yeah, no worries.
As usual, on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, John Sinclair TV. And if you go on to Insta, John Sinclair 50. And if you go on to social media, John_NUFC42 or John Sinclair. And I do the watch along, doing that tomorrow. So join us for that tomorrow. 6:15, I'll be on. Macy's going to join us as well for the England-France game. Also, match previews, reviews, warm-up, transfer update. I do anything goes, really. And do like player latest news, like the one I did yesterday, the one Alan Maximin yesterday about his future and how he's happy to Newcastle and wants to do the best. So please check it out. It's out there. And yeah, it's out there, mate. And that's it.
Thanks very much, John. Archer's just said Jude, Saka and Kane are goal scorers tomorrow. Yeah, let's hope you're right, mate. Let's hope you're right. Yeah, guys, I mean, you can find me on here, Black and White TV. It's all Black and White TV, and also on Twitter at TonyTony31. Follow me and I'll follow you back. So coming up tomorrow at 5:30, there will be a warm-up show to the England-France game where I'll bring you the team lineups of both sides. So keep an eye out for that one. That's 5:30 tomorrow evening. and I'll give obviously an update on the game from 3 o'clock, where we could see our potential opponents in the semi-final should we beat France, or when we beat France, hopefully. There won't be a World Cup roundup tomorrow night, unfortunately, at 9:30, but I will look to probably do some sort of match review or reaction on the Sunday, so keep an eye out for that as well. And yeah, but guys, thank you very much. And I say, if you like what you see, please help the channel, go up the search settings, and people can find it more easily as well. If you're new to the channel as well, please hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so, and it helps the channel grow. Also, hitting the bell notification lets you know when a pre-record's on or I'm on live, or upcoming shows as well. So I'm currently at 158 subscribers, so 42 away from 200. Even if I got 200 by the end of the year, I would be absolutely ecstatic with that. So yeah, let's keep going, guys. Thank you very much indeed for everybody's support. But yeah, so we've seen two interesting games today, both gone to penalties, and yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. I mean, the World Cup's drawn to a close now. It finishes next Sunday. And in some ways, I think we'll all be relieved because we can get back to club football. But yeah, definitely. Until then, guys, take care and see you tomorrow. And it's adios from me and John.
Adios.